Hello friends, good morning to one and all. How are you all? How are your parents? Okay, so welcome back to MS Important Topic Unit 1 session. This is the last session for MS Unit 1. Okay, let me share screen to you all. Now, this is the first unit topics we already discussed in the starting classes. So in these videos, this is the third important topics video. That is, this is fifth one, very important thing, and the futures of management, and then evolution, principles of scientific management, modern management, given by the F.W. Trailer and Henry Foyle. So yesterday class we discussed about motivation and their types and their theories. In these theories we discussed the three things: Maslow's motivation theory, Hertzberg's motivational theory, and third one is X and Y, given by the MC Gregor's theory. So today's session we will go through about these things. A small discussion about the decision making process, and small discussions about the organized structures, and then leadership, the leadership. So 10th, 11th and 13th, these three topics are also important from first unit. So coming to these sessions, okay, decision making process. Look at the PPT here. This is the process. So start with this point. Define and analyze the problem, develop alternative solutions, evaluation of alternative solutions, and selecting the best solution, implementing and follow up. And next topic we have in this session, organized structures. We have 8 different types of structures, organizational structures. So here look at these are the line and staff organization structure, matrix or project organized structure, functional or committee organized structure. These are the 3 major organized structure in every organization we have. And last, we will end up this session with this leadership. So in this leadership, we have leadership skills, leadership styles, and difference between the leadership and the management. So this is our plan for today's session, right? So coming to here, decision making process. So in this decision making process, the decision is very important to the every organization, and the company take the decisions are playing very crucial role in every organization. So here decisions, not only in the organization, in our personal life also, decision making is a very important thing. Am I right? So decision making is very important thing in our personal life as well as in our organizational development concern. So the decision making is simply take the decisions. So what will we need to have to take a decision? So what are the steps we have to take a good decision? మంచి నిర్ణయాలు ఎలా తీసుకుంటాం? So what are the right decisions we need to take here? So what are the steps we need to follow, and what are the analysis we need to check, and what are the examinations and what are the cross checking of the reports or data. So based upon the accurate information and based upon accurate thinking, we make these two, right? These decision making process. So first of all, coming to the first stage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first step is here defining and analysis the problem. So if the company may facing the problem, or company may having the opportunity. So for the purpose of opportunity or for the purpose of solve the problem, company should take the right decision. So here first step is defining analysis of the problem or opportunity also. So now take the example of a problem, a company's problem. So here, what is the problem is here exactly? So here we should analyze the problem. We should analyze and define the problem. So what is the problem is here, and what exactly the problem came over here. So what is the exact problem, and the problem is came by which concerned department. So these two things are analysis here. Analysis means checking. So check the problem. So check the problem. And also here we need to focus upon the problem, where it came, where from it came, and next thing, how much weightage of the problem, how much weightage of the problem. These three things we need to consider here. That is called as define and analysis of the problem. And coming to the next stage, that is developing alternative solutions to solve this problem. So develop alternative solutions to solve the problem. Suppose take the example of one of the company's problem is that sales reducing. So our company sales will be down. Then what will be the actions to be taken by the company? So here, that are the actions to be taken by the company. In this sense, the company have different solutions. The company have different alternatives to solve the problem, in the sense to increase our sales, to increase our sales. So here, developing the different solutions means, suppose here our problem is sales down. So here solutions may be, if price will reduce, then automatically sales will increase. So problem solved by using one of the alternative. Another alternative may be change the design of our product. Then automatically sales will be high, our problem will be solved. And another third alternative may be increase our quality standards and qualities and standards. Then automatically our sales will be high, so our problem can be solved. And another meaning, another alternative may be giving offers to the customers. So then automatically our problem also solved. So by increasing our sales. So here we have the one problem, sales down. So these are the 5 different solutions we have. So say price reducing, quality increasing, standards increasing, or giving offers, or quality increasing. These are the 5 different alternatives or solutions to develop our sales, to increase our sales, to solve the problems of the company. So that is the second thing here. So developing alternatives or solutions to solve this problem. So sales down is one of the example. So different solutions here are here. Decrease the price, increase the quality, increase the standards, increase the offers. These are the few examples of different solutions or alternative solutions to solve this problem, right? So this is the what exactly here, developing alternative solutions. This is the second stage. This is the second stage. Now coming to, after completion of these all alternatives, identifying or developing alternatives to solve this problem, then the third step will appear, that is called as evaluation the alternative solutions. Evaluation means list out merits and demerits of each and every alternative. So evaluation means list out merits and demerits, merits and demerits. Simply benefits and drawbacks, advantages and disadvantages of each and every alternative which are created in the second stage. So here in the second stage, we developed or we identified some alternatives. So here we identify the implementation or check the evaluation, check the merits and demerits of each and every alternative which are developed in the second stage. So list out the advantages and disadvantages of each alternative which were generated in the second stage. And coming to after completion of evaluation, after completion of merits and demerits of each and every alternative, each and every solution for our problem, then we will enter to the fourth stage. That is select the best solution, select the best alternative here. So look at this thing. Before the third stage evaluation we conducted. So based upon conducted, all each and every alternative evaluated. List out merits and demerits of each and every alternative here. So now select the best alternative from this evaluation report, this evaluation result. Okay. So here select the best solution in the sense selecting more benefits and less disadvantages, having simple single alternative in these all reports. That is called as here best solution. So we can have and we can select the best solution is based upon more advantages and less disadvantages having by one single particular alternative in this third stage. That is here selecting the best solution, right? After completion and after selecting one best solution, then we will enter to the implementing decision for this selected best solution. For this best selected solution, listen carefully. So after selecting a best solution, then we need to implementing this solution or this alternative for solve the problem of the company, solve the problem of this company. So after selecting a best solution, we need to implement. So for solve the company's problem. So already we selected best solution. Then we need to implement these solutions by using proper planning and coordination, cooperation of all departments. So implementation of this selected best solution is based upon our proper planning and coordination and cooperation of all departments of the company. So departments are here: finance, HR, marketing, and production. These are the four common departments. So these four are come together and cooperate with each other and prepare plans and implementation of them to solve the company's problem. So selected best solution should be implemented with the help of proper planning and cooperation and coordination of all departments to solve the company problem, right? After completion of implementation, just to follow up. Follow up means controlling. Follow up means just cross verification, cross checking of the actual planning and implementation, actual implementation and planning. So I identify the gap between these two and take the remedial actions. That is called as here follow up. Follow up means controlling or checking. So what is here checking? So our planned performance and implementation performance and our plans and our actual performance. So implementation of actuals as well as planned performance, implementation performance. So if any gap is there, take the immediate and take the best remedies to them. That is called as here follow up, and it is also known as controlling or review process. After completion of following, then the company's problems are already we overcome it. So we can achieve the problem, we can achieve the opportunities, and we can solve the problems by using these steps, by using these processes. Not only the problem, company may have also the opportunities from the external environment. Then the opportunities also, these are the different processes we have. Not only in the organization problems, not only in the organization opportunities. In our personal life also, we are facing number of problems, and we are facing, and we have the number of opportunities also. So opportunity or problem, whatever it is. So the decision making, a right decision making process like here. So identify the problem or opportunity, developing different solutions, evaluate, list out merits and demerits of each and every alternative, and select the best solution, and then implementation of this best selected solution, and follow up. Finally, we achieve our solve the problems of the company or our personal life, and we can achieve the company targets and achieve in our personal life targets. So this is a brief discussion about decision making process. In exam point of view, some of the question papers may like this: explain the planning process, or some of the sets we have explain the decision making process. So decision making process or planning process, both we have the same meaning, right? Coming to the next topic. So organizational structures. So here organizational structures. So here we have a line, military, or scholar organization structure. Simply, we can call it as line organizational structure. And second one is staff or functional authority organized structure. And third one is line and staff organized structure. Look at here, first and third thing. This is line organized structure. This is line and staff organized structure. And next one is committee organized structure, divisional organized structure, matrix organized structure, project organized structure, and hybrid organized structure. So first coming to a line organizational structure, it is quite similar to the third thing, line and staff organized structure. Coming to the next slide, line organized structure, and second one is line and staff organized structure. So here we have two structures, but the diagram is same, but slight difference is there, right? First of all, line organized structure. Listen carefully. A line organization structure. So here, line means a single line. So not compare with other departments. So only the communication and authorities and responsibilities flows from within the same department. Within the same department is called as line organized structure. Suppose look at here. Suppose assistant manager and office managers or accountant. Next, horticultural or specialist breeders. So in this assistant manager, we have subordinates: nursery manager, assistant nursery manager, and his subordinates: delivery person, field assistant, and medicine mechanics. So these are the different sections. In this structure is belongs to one nursery organization. So here in this line, only particular line, the line organization is discussing about in the same department, communication between the same department, not interact with other departments, not belongs to the other departments. So only same department. So here communication between the higher authority and his subordinate, that's it. So here authorities flows from top to bottom. So assistant manager having authority upon this manager, and this manager is authority having upon him, and his authority is based upon these three persons. So here These all things are belongs to single department, single individual department. So authorities flows from top to bottom. So responsibility flows from bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top. General manager and CEOs. So here, within the same department, authorities flows from top to bottom, responsibilities flows from the bottom to top, bottom to top, within the same department, and communication between the higher authority and his subordinate, higher authority and his subordinate, not for the other departments, not mingle with the other departments. That is called as here a line. Okay, now look at line and staff, line and staff organization, line and staff. So here the diagram is same, but explanation is different. The line and staff is here the communication between the same designated persons, same designated persons. So here look at a greenhouse manager and same designation with other department, nursery manager, and same designation with other department, retail stores manager. So here communication between same designated persons with the other departments. So communication between these two persons, communication between these two persons, and communication between these two persons. So this horizontal communication and communication between the same designated persons is called as here a line and staff, line and staff. So here exactly line means communication between the hierarchy and subordinates, and authority flows from top to bottom, responsibilities flows from bottom to top. But line and staff discussing about communication between same designated persons with other departments. Line, same department. Line and staff, communication between other departments with the same designation. So here, look at here. Office manager or accountant communicate with the horticultural specialist or breeder. These two persons are same designated persons. So these three persons are same designated persons. And the communication between these two. Here workers and here workers, communication between the same designator, and here workers and these workers, these two workers and here workers, workers and here workers. So communication between these two, here workers and here workers, communication between these two. So horizontal communication and same designated with other departments is called as here line and staff organized structure. And coming to the next thing, matrix or project organization structure, matrix and another project, matrix organized structure and project organization structure. So here we have matrix organized structure, 6th one and 7th one, project organized structure. These both are the same diagram, but explanation is different, right? So look at here, matrix organized structure, and second one is project organized structure. So here, look at here, a general manager or a CEO or board of directors, there is the top level management. And here, look at here, production department. We have the 4 departments here, financial department, production department, marketing department. In some cases, R&D department as well as HR department also are there. So here, if suppose in project organized structure, project A, the manager, under his guidance, production section, production group, and in the project for A for financial department, and project A related to marketing, and project A related to the personal. Personal means HR group. So this HR, finance, marketing and production, these 4 departments are meant for and made for doing this project A. So project may be the contracts, project may be in the form of the construction of flyovers, the construction of apartments, the construction of road from Guntur to Narsapet. So highway constructions, whatever the examples of contracts. So the contracts are here. Project A is one of the contract. Project B, another contract. Project C is another contract. So these are the 3 or 4 contracts having by the company. By the company. So the total project A, suppose take the example of flyover construction. So this project A construction, the total activities are performed by these 4 departments, these 4 groups. And company having another project, that is project B here, maybe apartment construction. So in this project B, these are the different groups: finance, HR, marketing, production. These 4 groups are belongs to for doing this project B. And project C, these having with another project by the company. It's maybe road construction from one place to another place. So that project is conducting by these 4 groups. So these are the 4, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, whatever number it is. These are the contracts having with the company. So each and every contract, each and every project done by these groups separately, right? This organization structure is called as project organization structure. Now coming to matrix organization structure. So here also the diagram will be same, but explanation or some more different. So matrix organization structure. Is diagram is similar to project organization. Here, suppose here just replace the word project to product. Product A, product B, product C, and product D. So here the company manufacturing shirts, example, product A. In product B, the company will have the another product, maybe manufacturing of mobiles. And project C, the product C, the company manufacturing, suppose laptops. So mobiles, laptops, and shirts. These are the 3 products producing by the same company, similar company. So here these 3 products are producing by a similar company, single company. So here this shirt manufacturing or cloth manufacturing is one of the product of a same company. So these activities are performed by these groups. And product B, manufacturing of a mobiles. So these all activities are produced by and manufactured by these 4 groups. And company having another product, that is here laptops making. So in this sense also these 4 groups are for making this laptops manufacturing or this laptops making. So company having number of products, these products are here, and each and every product having different similar groups. This is all about matrix organized structure. Now coming to the functional and committee organized structure. So here this is the 4th one and 2nd one, functional organized structure and committee organized structure. So look at here, functional or committee organized structure here. So here the board of directors or CEOs or general managers or the top level managers. So then the managing director, and then the functional or committee. Committee means a group, a department. So functional means actually the business activities are performing in the companies. That is called as here functional. So production, it is a functional department. or committee. It is a committee, and the marketing department is another committee. Finance department is another committee, and personal or HR department is another committee. So functionalities. This is one of the functionalities: making a production, so collecting raw materials from the suppliers and converting raw material into finished goods and store them into the godown. And these all functionalities are performed with the production department, marketing department. So marketing department is here conducting marketing research and conducting advertisements in TVs or media or internet or newspaper or hoardings and boardings in the hoardings and sales maximization sales and maximize the satisfaction of the customers and newspaper advertisements. So in this advertisement sense, newspaper advertisements, magazines advertisements, radios and TVs, internet advertisements, whatever it is. So these all our activities are performed by the marketing functional areas. So coming to the financial, so financial here, collect the raw materials from the supply, collect money from the shareholders in the form of equity shares and preference shares or debentures or bank loans, whatever it is. So arranging the funds from the different sources of finance and allocating these all funds to the different expenses of the company and report them. So these are the financial functional areas. And next coming to the personnel. Personnel means here HR, human resource department. So here the HR, human resource departmental functional areas are here: HR planning, recruitment, select the suitable candidate and provide them a suitable training. And after completion of training, they're showing the placement. After completion of placement, check the performance on each and every employee and solve the disputes between the employees and imitate or encourage the employees by giving the motivation. These are the few different functionalities performed by the HR manager. So functional areas or committees, these are the committees or groups. So based upon the activities, functionalities of each and every department, this is the organized structure. So this is called as functional organized structure or committee organized structure. Committee organized structure. So these are the organizational structures. So hybrid organized structure means it is quite similar to line and staff organized structures, right? So today's session we discussed these two things, but we have no time to discuss leadership. So we will meet the next session with the leadership skills, leadership types, and difference between the leadership and the management. Okay. So in this session, we discussed about two things: decision-making process and then organized structure, different types of organized structures. So here, decision-making process, first of all, we need to find out the company's problem or company having the opportunities, and then identify the different solutions to avoid the problems of the company, and then select the best alternative on the basis of evaluation conducted. Evaluation means list out merits and demerits of each and every solution, and finally select the best solution and implementing them. So based upon for implementation of best solution implementation, so here we need to have two things: planning, proper planning, and coordination, cooperation of all the departments. And finally, we have the stage is that implement, follow or controlling process. So up to now, take a right decision for company, solve the problems, take the decision about for achieving the targets of the company. So this is all about decision making process. So next, already we discussed here organized structures, line and staff. These two diagrams are similar to each other. So line organization is for communication between the higher authority and subordinate within the same department. But line and staff is used for communication between the same designated persons with other departments. That is the single reason difference between these two, line and line and staff. And third one is project, and fourth one is product organization structures. These both are similar to each other. So product organization, if the company having more than one product, so each and every product having different groups, different personal functional areas. So next project, if the company having more than one contract, each contract having different functional groups, that is called as project organized structure. And I already we discussed about two things. That is committee organized structure and functional organized structure. Based upon the functionals, the subordinates and the organized structure will be like that, right? This is all about organized structures. Okay, we will meet in the next session with leadership and leadership skills, leadership types, and a difference between the leadership and the management. This is another very, very important topic from first unit. We will end up this leadership topic of first unit. Okay, after completion of unit 1, then we will enter to the second unit. Okay, thank you for listening, guys. Bye. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.